We are getting a creature from the Black Lagoon movie from James Wan. Interesting. Not what I was expecting. I think this could be quite good. Well, it could be good news, to be fair. You know, I'm not one of these people that shouts James Wan. Yeah, he's amazing, he's amazing. He can be good. It's dependent whether he's given... Yeah, given the time, I guess, to... time and freedom to develop something. So, this is a report over on The Hollywood Reporter. And it says, James Wan in talks to direct Creature from the Black Lagoon. Jack Arnold, who directed many sci-fi classics in the 50s, helmed the 1954 Universal movie that was released in 3D. Okay, so does this mean we've got something good ahead of us? I don't know. I think the best Creature from the Black Lagoon movie we've had since was it called The Shape of Water? That was a good movie. I like that film. The Creature from the Black Lagoon is rising once again. So James Wan, the creator of the Saw and the Conjuring horror franchises, is developing a new take on the classic Universal monster property and is in early talks to direct the feature project. So if he is developing it, he may just end up as the producer, and it may be that someone else comes on to direct. That is not, that's not out the realms of possibility. It says here, the move comes as Wan and his collaborators presented Universal with a pitch to remake the 1954 monster classic. A writer will now be hired to write a script, working in concert with Wan. So, interestingly, this is the first project Wan has attached himself to as director, following his company's production banner Atomic Monster merging with Blumhouse. Wan was underwater for the last few years on DC superhero movie Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, and has been looking to get back to his horror roots in some way. That was a garbage film, obviously. But I don't necessarily think that was his fault. I think that was Warner Brothers. Yeah, I just think that was Warner Brothers' issue. That's them. Just being dumbasses. So, you know, I don't know. I think he has a good track record working with the Blumhouse. So, yeah, this could be good. You know, it could be good. Wan will act as producer on Creature, while Atomic Monsters' Michael Clare and Judson Scott serve as executive producers. I don't know. They say this: Hollywood has tried to bring back Creature from Black Lagoon since the 80s, when John Landis tried to produce an iteration, while John Carpenter and even Ivan Reitman developed takes in the 90s. Gary Ross took it on in the 2000s, intent on following in his father's footsteps. Arthur A. Ross co-wrote the script, as did Breck Eisner. More recently, the character was to have been part of Universal's Dark Universe monster movies in the 2010s, with Will Beall writing the installment. The Dark Universe initiative eventually imploded as the studio focused on a more filmmaker-centric approach. Basically, that was that weird time in Hollywood where everyone was trying to do a connected universe. So they were like, we're going to release, 2017's Mummy? I think it was 2017. A film where they even got the Egyptian god of death wrong. Look it up. They legitimately got the god of death wrong. They called Set the god of death in that film. They even had... Oh, that also killed Sofia Boutella's career, who was Gazelle in the Kingsman? I think it was the Kingsman movies. Was it Kingsman? Yeah, Kingsman movies. And so that killed her career. Tom Cruise starred in it. It was a very, very bizarre movie. And also, Russell Crowe was in it. And he was supposed to be Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Very bizarre. That was supposed to kickstart the Dark Universe. So fucking weird. So bizarre. What these so many companies were trying to start a connected universe around that time. They're like, Marvel's amazing. We're amazing. We've got this. Just make it a universe. Like, oh my God. So bizarre. Anyway, Wan's take is described as being a grounded, modernized retelling that will lean into visceral horror while still paying respect to the original. Grounded Modernised retelling. Now, the modernised part will scare a lot of people. Visceral horror, though, leaning into visceral horror, is nothing but a good thing. If they get it right. The grounded part, I think, is good. But I think it has to... The thing about this kind of film, Creature from the Black Lagoon, you can do it... It can't be too grounded. I don't think, anyway. This is just my personal opinion. I don't think it can be too grounded. I think there has to be an air of... Not necessarily tongue-in-cheek, but they have to appreciate what the original was. Unless they're going to lean into it being grounded from a perspective of... like an evolutionary offshoot type deal. I think you could do that. But then it could still come across a bit too cheesy. But then maybe we need a bit of cheese. What do you guys think? Do you think grounded's the way to go? The modernised element can be very concerning to a lot of people. When people hear modernised, they don't think, wow, great. They think, there's going to be like a black trans lesbian in it or something like that. They don't think anything positive when they hear modernised. Visceral horror. I mean, Creature from the Black Lagoon with James Wan, yeah, it can absolutely be visceral horror. I mean, he essentially falls in love with a woman, doesn't he? And kind of wants to kidnap her. So you could kind of have that, maybe. I guess. Still. And then have him murdering people. What do you guys think? What would you do with this? Grounded, I think, definitely can work. Modernised, get that out of here. Visceral horror, definitely. It's a bit difficult to know where you would go with it and how you would do it, which would differentiate enough from The Shape of Water. How do you do this? Because The Shape of Water's creature was just undeniably amazing. I mean, it is the quintessential modern Creature from the Black Lagoon, basically. You know, it's almost, well, it's essentially Abe as well from Abe Sapien from Hellboy. I mean, it was loads of things all rolled into one. It was a fantastic film, great creature effects. I don't think James Wan will be able to best that. I genuinely don't. Anyway, I've rambled enough. Atomic Monster with Blumhouse produced thriller Night Swim. Yeah, that was lame as shit. Night Swim. Ooh. Blumhouse puts out some absolute wank. So does Universal, to be fair. Do I have hope for this? Not massively. What do you guys think? Let me know. Anyway, thoughts down below. Give the video a like and a share. Take care. Bye-bye now.